Right, welcome back to the show. It is me, Johnny Doom. Of course, you're watching Amped. And I've got Conjurer on the sofa. Well, most of them. The drummer's not here, is he? I don't think.
No, he's stuck at work.
He's at work?
Yeah.
Really?
Thought it'd be football.
Do you lot not work?
When we can help it.
But no, I wanted to get you on the show. We've had lots and lots of different styles of music. You know, we've had all kinds, but not much sludge, not much doom. So I think we had a Luna a while back. But yeah, tell us about Conjurer. Where are you all from? When did you hook up and get together and start working on the band?
Go on, Dan.
Well, Brady's from a neighbouring town. I'm from Rugby. He's just up the road, 20 minutes up the road in Daventry.
Yeah.
And me and him kind of crossed paths quite a lot a few years ago because we were both in like metalcore bands and would end up playing the same shows and stuff.
Yeah.
So we knew of each other's presence, but around mid 2013, like summer 2013, he left his band. I'd left my band a few months beforehand, and we were just kind of not completely happy in the situations we were in. He put up a post on social media just saying, I want to do something in the style of Conjurer and Black Dahlia Murder, and they're like my two favourite bands at the time, so I was like, I can do that. Hit him up, sent him like some demos and stuff, and we just kind of dropped everything we had then and just got right in. Jan, our drummer, we've known him around the circuit as well.
Is he from Rugby as well?
Yeah, he's literally just round the corner from me, and he was our first choice for drummer, and he jumped on board straight away. And we knew of Andy from other bands. I mean, not quite as much because he was from Cov and it was in a different sort of scene to ours.
Yeah.
But he was our first pick as bassist, and he didn't jump on right away, but 2 weeks before,
Bit tentative.
very punctually jumped on.
Busy.
I was busy playing in another band at the time. I was based up in Leeds, and
Right,
so
okay.
that took up a lot of my time. But I said I'd come learn some stuff.
Yeah.
And then I liked what they were playing. They sent me some MP3s of just really rough versions of a couple of the early tracks. I was like, no, this is really good. I need to be part of this. So I joined full time, and I said, I'll manage both bands, and then the other band helpfully split up. So
Right.
everything fell into place.
Yeah.
Thank you, that band.
Planets aligned. But yeah, I mean, your stuff's not as fast as things like Black Dahlia Murder or Death Metal, is it?
Nah, that was our older bands were more influenced by that kind of stuff. But yeah, nowadays it's.
It was more the fact that we weren't really aware of the sludge or doom scenes at all when we were writing the first kind of 7 or 8 songs, and we kind of just took our influences and tried to create something just a bit more interesting than the kind of standard metalcore we'd been doing before. And it just so happened that our first couple of shows ended up being with these kind of bands. So we played with Luna on our first show.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, it kind of evolved from there, and we kind of fell into that scene as opposed to being fans of it and then kind of writing to be a part of it. So it's been quite eye-opening for us to get into these bands and to kind of explore this style of music. And
I like the way you said like you kind of distance from it a little bit, because you know, I suppose there's a lot of bands that kind of follow each other's lead a little bit, and it's quite a crowded scene as well, the doom scene. Because I do a bit of stuff like that as well. It's, you know, it's about bringing something extra, or like you said, something that's your own to it. You know, what would separate Conjurer from those other bands, do you think, personally?
I think part of it is varied backgrounds. We've all come from different places. None of us have really grown up in the stoner and sludge scene.
Yeah.
So we all bring different things. There's a slight sort of mellow death touch to some of the songs.
Yeah.
There's a real hardcore energy to the way it's played and the way it's played live, and some of the drops are almost sort of taken from that blackened hardcore scene, Trap Them, all that sort of stuff. So it brings a whole bunch of different influences and puts it together in a way that I think if you've been born and brought up in that scene, you wouldn't necessarily think to do. So, although we get the sludge thing a lot, we get the doom thing quite a lot, that's only a portion of what we do. I think Alex from Probably Raw said it best when he did the little press release for us. He said, in a world where there's increasingly no boundaries for music, that's the place that we've come from.
Excellent. Recordings wise, and in terms of what people can hear, what have you got out there?
We've got an EP out on Holy War Records, which is still stupid to say out loud. Like when we were recording, we were like, if one day we could, put out something with Holy Roar, that'd be amazing, and it kind of fell into place, like kind of fortuitously for us. So we've got 4 tracks out. It's called I or One or anything else you want to call it.
Yeah.
Open to interpretation.
Hard to search for on the internet.
Yeah. And yeah, it's the pretty much 4 of the first tracks that we worked on and played, and the reception's been ridiculous. People have been really into it, and we've got to put it out on vinyl, which I know me and Andy especially, was like a massive dream to get to do that. So
a lot of the bands I speak to want to get their stuff out on vinyl now.
First time you hold a bit of vinyl with your name printed on it is like a religious moment.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. I mean, holding a CD, especially holding a CD that somebody else has paid to print as well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But when you get the vinyl through and you go through the process of taking it out, putting it on the player, lowering the needle.
Oh yeah, it just looks and feels great.
Well, plus it's like, people always say vinyl sounds better, right? You get that, like, sounds warm, and all that sort of thing. When you know those songs inside out because you help record them, you help mix them, you go through the mastering process, you know exactly how they're supposed to sound. Actually hearing it on vinyl, you can quantifiably say it sounds better.
Yeah.
It's a real big thing, actually.
So yeah, people out there, find it. I don't know how you're going to find it. Probably search the band name. And gigs wise, have you got out there much already?
Yeah. My wife is really pleased I joined this band. I think we did first year. I think we did 70 odd shows.
47.
47. It felt like 70.
Yeah, it did.
This
47
year,
shows.
Yeah, this year we've done.
I think if we play all the ones we're scheduled to play, it'll be 55 this year.
That's great though. That's great, isn't it? I mean, is that all sorts of stuff as well up and down the country, or have you been to Europe as well? Yeah,
not Europe. Yeah, that's on the hit list.
Yeah,
and we've managed, as I say, the 4 tracks that are on the EP are the first recordings we put out there. We didn't have any recordings prior to that EP. We've been really lucky. We've been able to play a lot of shows on the strength of playing shows. We've got a reputation, rightly or wrongly, for being a good live act. Mostly, I think that's just Brady's relentless self-promotion.
And beautiful Faye.
Well, really.
Radiant. Some have said.
But yeah, no, that's great to hear that you've been out there just slogging away. I've seen your name around, don't get me wrong, I just haven't seen you in the flesh yet until today. But we're going to watch a video right now. Tell us about this. Is this off the 4-track EP?
Yeah. This is the, I guess, single. The label put it out as the first thing that you could hear from us. It's called Scorn.
Yeah.
Dan wrote it about being sad about stuff, I guess.
And yeah, how was it filmed? Was it kind of live footage or just you guys slugging it out?
We were in a studio in Watford, of all places, home of all things sludge, against a green screen, a slightly purple screen actually. Like this. Lots of playback, lots of sweat, lots of movement, and then they brought in somebody else to do some gross things with what looks like Tic Tacs.
We'll have to watch it now anyway because we've run out of time. But good luck, guys. Thanks for coming in. Great to speak to you. I think you've got everything under control, so just go out and dominate the world. But yeah, let's watch it now. This is Conjurer on AMP. This is Scorn.